guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kihiu, and this channel is all about encouraging you. As we've always said, it's about enjoying and knowing that life is still beautiful no matter what we are going through. We have been tackling and handling several topics so far, and I'm sure and I believe that you're still being encouraged because I have seen your comments, I have seen those who viewed, and I want to thank God that at least I am touching someone's heart. I want to welcome you again to yet another exciting video, and today we are talking about self-esteem. This topic does not just come from nowhere. I have had several people who asked me on my DMs that they would want me to talk about self-esteem. And I felt ni vizuri kusikiliza maoni yenu kwa sababu you're the people who are watching this. I am only a producer. And so I'm happy bringing you this topic on self-esteem. Now, there's something that I want us to understand, that self-esteem is all about discovering your self-worth. And when you discover your self-worth, you will find yourself enjoying life. Just like we have said, that life is still beautiful. You'll find the beauty in life. You're going to discover the beauty that we have in our lives. Not the beauty of our lives being as so and so, just like we said the other day. The other time we said that once we have discovered that life is beautiful, we will punctuate our lives. And so, after punctuating our lives, after running away from the rats, here comes us. Now, we're talking about discovering our self-worth so that we can have a healthy self-esteem. Now, self-esteem is all about having a good picture, a good concept about your life, about yourself, about your everything that entails your life. You know, watu wengi sometimes tunakaa tunajisahau. Tunajisahau kwa sababu ya kufikiria about so and so, na sababu ya compare ourselves with others, comparing ourselves with the past and the present. You know, kama umezeeka, ushazeeka. You cannot remain young forever. So the things that you used to do when you were young, unaweza kosa kuzifanya sahi. The way you looked when you were young, unaweza kosa look that way. Sometimes some confidence fade away with age. And again, some confidence is built. Confidence about some issues is built with age. You know, I can remember when I was very young, I was very much afraid of heights. But now, if I get afraid of heights, and my children get afraid of heights, who will save the other? So by all means, I have to raise my fear. Na niondoe kabisa the fear about height, siwezi kuendelea nayo tena, because I have to be their savior. And therefore, self-worth is very important as much as building self-esteem is concerned. Also, having a good picture about yourself, a good concept about yourself is also as important. And you know, when you have a damage, if I may call it, yani self-esteem yako ikiwa iko chini, you have limitations. It limits your how do I put it? Your enjoyment to life, your love for life inakuwa limited. And also your productivity, it cannot be at par if you don't have a good self-esteem. So self-esteem is very important in our lives. But sometimes we fail to understand what it is. Self-esteem is an honest, positive look on oneself. It is also, we can also say that self-esteem is an honest judgment on oneself. And you know, the picture that you give yourself is the picture that you'll perceive, and it's the picture that you're going to produce. If you produce a poor picture, yani ukiwa tu unajidunisha, hata watu wakikuangalia, they will see like ni mtu ambaye amedunika, because you're not taking yourself as worthy as you are. I'm looking at David saying that we are created in a wonderful and in a superior way. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. If only you can realize that, internalize it, and practice it, you will be good to go. You will love life, and life will always be beautiful for you. I hope you have understood, and I hope that you're getting to understand kwamba hii channel is not about kukuelezea mambo makubwa ya life. Ni kukufungua macho, kukwambia kwamba the small things zenye huwa tuna ignore, those are the things that make sense in our lives. They are the things that makes our lives beautiful. You know, some of us tunaangalia the big things that we think are big, but those big things that we think about, they are not real. There is the reality of life. There is that part of life that should be real. When you want to build a good self-esteem and a healthy self-esteem, you must be real. And that is why I'm saying it is an honest look and an honest judgment on oneself. You know, you cannot lie to yourself. You know, you can come tell us, you know, I'm so happy today, leo ninasikia niko tu na furaha, I'm happy to see you guys, but right inside yourself, you know if you're burning. Unajua kama ndani unaongea what is the you're talking about what it is. Therefore, when you have a positive and an honest judgment on yourself, then you can be able to know that whether your self-esteem is damaged or it is healthy. Now, sometimes tuna confuse self-esteem when we start putting others down. You know, you pull others down so that you can appear like you are at the top of the game. That way unajidanganya kwamba it's my self-esteem that is raised now. Self-esteem is not about kuleta wengine chini ndio ubaki peke yako. That alone tells you that your self-esteem is damaged. Also, self-esteem does not entail kukaa ukikumbusha watu, oh, you know how good I am in this, you know how good I am in delivery, you know, mi ukinipatia kazi kama hii, hii ni kitu kidogo sana kwangu, hii naichapa tu mara moja nikisonga. Let me tell you, that is not how you build good self-esteem. Self-esteem cannot be built by always reminding people how good you are in this, how good you are in that, and how you are better than them. No. Self-esteem also looks at other people's feelings. When you have a healthy self-esteem, you are able to consider the other person. You don't want to be best all the time. You don't want to always like seem like you are dominating the show. Unajua watu wengine wao wanasema, mimi unajua hata nikisimama kwanza mbele ya watu tu nimeanza tu kushrink. Yani nimekosa tu hata words, nasikia tu hata sitaki hata kuangalia watu, nataka niangalie huko juu ndio nisione ni nani ameniangalia. That way you are ruining your self-esteem. If you want to be a person who can face what is in front of you, who can face the challenges that I'll post ahead of you, the challenges that you find in your business, challenges that all those, if you want to strengthen your strengths and your abilities, you must always be ready to focus and to look at what is ahead of you. You must recognize your strengths, you must recognize your abilities, you must recognize your attributes, you must recognize your qualities, you must recognize what you are best in doing, your talents, you know, all those. And above that, you know, God has given us gifts. You also must recognize your gifts, because He doesn't even want you to just sit there with your gift hidden, use your talent hidden. He wants you to wake up, use that gift to touch people's hearts. Having low self-esteem can damage your life, because you hata unanga fun, yani you don't find joy in the things that you do, because unaona like vitu mingi ni kama you're being forced to do them. There are so many things that influence our self-esteem. Number one, I will not mention all of them, but at least I can mention but a few. Number one, our self-esteem can be influenced by the environment. The environment where we live, the environment where we grow, the environment where we stay, the environment where we work, the environment where we go for our leisure time. Those things, the things that we do, wherever we do them, that environment can shape us, and it can influence our self-esteem. For example, I have a friend of mine, nilikuwa namuuliza, okay, tunaingia place iko tu na kelele, yani iko na kelele mingi. Ninamuuliza, tutakaa hapa, yani hata usikii venye kuna kelele yenye aileti shangwe hapa. Ananiambia, Mimi nimezoea kelele zingine mbaya mbaya, kelele za mabunduki, kelele za missiles zinalia. Kumbe now that he was mwanajeshi, yeye amezoea hizo kelele mbaya mbaya, so hata hapo anakuwa anasikia tu ako home. Yani hiyo kwake ni kakelele kadogo sana. So I mean our self-esteem can be influenced by the environment where we stay. Ukikaa tu na watu wenye hawatakangi kuendelea, mtabaki tu hapo. Ukikaa tu na watu wenye hawatakangi hata kujua what is happening, mtakaa tu hapo. Akili yenu itakuwa tu iko blocked. Yani mnakaa tu maisha ya ndee tu hivyo. Mko tu, you're just there. You are amusongi, amuendi mbele, mkufi, amponi, you know. Mnakaa tu maisha vua, uishi tu. Jioni ifike ulale, asubuhi ifike uamke, there is no value that you are adding to your life. And you know, you can easily lose out yourself. Unaweza jilose haraka sana. So the best thing ni kuchip out. Toka kwa hiyo environment yenye unaona kwamba umekaa tu hapo kama malenge. Toka tu, just unajua tu kukaa tu ndee. Toka kwa hiyo environment. Look for yourself an environment that will challenge your mind. Environment yenye inakupea challenge kwa maisha. Go and look for that life. I mean, life is not all about kukaa na kukula na kuamka na kulala na kuenda na kurudi. Unajua kuna watu wanakaa tu ndende, lakini you find those people, hata wengine wako, they are well put, they are well placed in the community, they can change their lives, they can change what they do. Ile picha tunawaona nayo, they can really change it. Lakini wako tu, they don't even understand who they are. You know, sometimes unajiangalia mpaka unashangaa, if I was put in that person's life, akiwalai, maisha yangu ingekuwa different. Acha kuangalia hiyo ya huyo mwingine. Can you change yours? Huyo wacha basi, kama anataka tu kukaa hivyo nde, wacha akae tu. Lakini you can change the way your life is. You can change your environment. Si lazima hata uhame. You can change the environment where you are to the positive. Kama mmezoea tu kukaa tu mnaongea hobnobs. Yeah. Story tu ziko hapa, ziko kule, ziko hapo. Yani as make sense, as build, hata aziwaongezei anything, like aziwaletei any profit. Kama mmezoea hivyo, one day come, change the story. Leta ka story kenye kana build someone's life. Kama mmekaanga tu hivyo ni kugossip, there is nothing that mnaangalia. You know, there are people I'm worried as I say this because nilikuwa ninaishi kwa certain environment. Yani ukipita tu kwa street, watu wameketi. Ukipita wanaanza yako. Wanaongea, unaenda, unapita. Ona hiyo nguo venye iko fupi. Aki huyu mama ni kama ajuangi yeye ni mama. Akiona kai leo ako na kiatu mpya. Sasa hii kiatu ametembea nayo aje all this way. You know, unapita. Mwingine naye anapita. Haya, wana drop yako, wanaanzana na yu mwingine. Aya, by the way nilisikia and they know everything. Kama that is your style, can you change that environment? Au watu wenye mnakaa na wao, can you one day come uanze kuuliza vile ambavyo mnaweza kuzana, the way you can grow together, the way you can take care of your issues, you know. Hata waamshe siku moja uambie nataka tuende tukaangalie huko kwa market ni nini tunaweza chukua, hata tuende, hata kama tutakuja tuweke hapa, we can make a coin. At least you have changed those people's mindset. I mean, you can change the environment where you are. Then our self-esteem is also influenced by our childhood experiences. And I always keep telling the parents who have young children of 4 years, 6 years, up to 8 years. This is the time when you can mold their self-esteem and it becomes high, and yani they become good children wenye wako bold, children who can express themselves, children who when they fear they are able to say this is what I am fearing about. Sio watoto ambao wanajificha, akisikia kwamba kitu inambodha ana run away anajificha. Mtoto mwenye hawezi kujiexpress, mtoto mwenye hata akiwa molested hawezi sema, anajificha. I mean, anapata njia zingine za kuondoa shida yake. Like for example, unapata wengine hata wanasusu kwa kitanda, unapata wengine they just cry hivyo tu, unapata wengine hata akinyang'anywa kitu hawezi jifaitia, yeye anaachilia tu because ana feel like those other people they deserve that thing better than him. So when you're bringing up your child, know that this is where you can build or you can break the self-esteem of your child. Even keep talking to their teachers. Let the teachers know who your child is. I mean, unajua mwalimu akiletewa mtoto, yeye ako na watoto wengine bado wamemzunguka. So anaweza chukua mtoto wako ni kama mtoto B, mtoto A na mtoto B anaweza wachukua like they are the same. But every individual, every child, every person is just unique in their own ways. So the self-esteem can be influenced or it can be affected by the childhood experiences. Watoto wengine wamezoea kugongwa, kuchapanishwa, kukeleleshwa, yani kusukumanishwa kila wakati. Akienda kuguza hii, acha. Akienda, stop it. Don't do that. You know, that child anagrow akiwa shaky. Like, jui ni gani mzuri, ni gani mbaya. Sometimes muache hata afanye hiyo mess. Then you come and correct the mess together. Unakuja unamwambia, you know, unaona hivi vyenye uliweka, unaona hii kijiti uliweka hapa ndani. Si unaona sasa inasumbua mama kutoa. You can see he can see the mess. But if you keep telling him don't, the other minute ataifanya saa ile hauko. And therefore the childhood experiences will always influence, can always influence someone's self-esteem. Again, watoto wengine wamekuwa abused, but they can't come to tell you. And you know, they are not always abused. Sio kila wakati they are abused out there. Some have been abused inside their houses, inside their parents' apartments. Even as you go to work and come back, mtoto unapata melala, saa zingine saa ile unaenda, unapata bado hajaamka. You have not interacted with them. But even that time when you interact with them, a child who has not developed a good self-esteem, they will not be able to face what they are feeling. They will not be able to tell you that this is what happened to me. Ama, is this right? You know, the childhood experiences, they matter a lot as far as self-esteem is concerned. Therefore, we should always be very keen. We should always be very careful so that our children do not have bad experiences, because it might affect them even in future. Unajaribu kumraise, unajaribu amuke, mnajaribu changamka. Achangamki, the experiences he has had, they are traumatizing him from inside. So wewe unataka nje kuchangamke na ndani ni giza. Ndani kumejaa uchungu, ndani kumejaa maswali, ndani kumejaa vitu zenye hata yeye mwenyewe haelewi. Huyo mtoto atagrow, atakuwa mtu mzima, but I'm telling you, they will never rise. Hawatachangamka, bado watabaki baridi. So it's very important that we take care of the experiences that our children go through. Sometimes we traumatize them without knowing. Mtoto umempeleka to a certain height, unasema huyu wacha uone, nataka niende nikamjaribu vile nione vile atafanya. Unamtraumatize kwa kumpeleka a certain height, and then unamshtua like, nataka angalia kule chini nikuachilie. That alone inamuaffect inside. Labda anaweza kucling onto you, anaweza lia, but it is traumatizing him. So sometimes we traumatize them even without our knowledge. Therefore, the experiences that children have, it has an effect in their self-esteem when they are grown up. The other thing is the social context. By social context, I mean the reaction of the people that are in our surroundings, the people in the society where we live, the colleagues that we work with, the people we interact with daily. Wametupitisha ama hawajatupitisha? You know, saa zingine unakaa ukijiuliza, by the way, how did they see me? Kwa nini nilipita nikaona like hawakufurahi venye nilipitia karibu na wao? You know, such like things, so those petty things ambazo ring around your mind. Unajua, even big people have petty things running around their minds. Uto vitu tu tudogo twenye tunakaa tukioka, kanapita tu kwa mawazo, and then kanapita tu. Those things, they really affect our self-esteem, because they build up, zinakuwa, it was just a word, inaenda inakuwa sentence, inaenda inagrow inakuwa paragraph. By the time it becomes a whole story, you cannot walk before those people, because already expand, unaiangalia in a very big picture, yet it is something that is not even there. You remember the other time when we were talking about fear, we said that fear, we can fear of things that will never come, and actually 90% of the things that we fear, they never happen, they never occur in our lives. I told you about my story, and I don't want to repeat it here. So anytime you have no good like you have no healthy thinking, your thinking is not healthy, all that time utakuwa na shida. You cannot have a good self-esteem. Self-esteem cannot be built with fear. Haiwezi kukua built kama wewe mwenyewe haujajiamini. And then sometimes you need a don't care attitudes. I don't care attitude zile za kwani hata wakiniona hivyo niko I am the way I am. Na there is nothing I'm going to change for the sake of them. Mimi niko sawa, and even if siko sawa I will change later at my own time. Hata kukua dictated by the community around you. The society yenye unaona. Let them not dictate how you live. Let them not dictate how you look. Let them not dictate how you do your things. I mean, do your things the way you want. So long as inakubenefit wewe, the rest isikusumbue sana. I don't want us to be don't cares until sasa tunakuwa messy and we don't care. But then let us not care so much maka tunakare about things that are not there. We also need to know that something else that influences our self-esteem is the successes that we have in life. You may be working so hard for success. Unajaribu tu, yani unataka tu ukue successful, but success does not come. Kila saa unakaa tu baridi, wewe umejikunja tu because sasa umejaribu ku make success ikuje, it is not coming. It should not worry you so much because even a successful building will always have some hitches within its boundaries. Unapata kwamba saa ingine walienda ku dig the foundation, maji ikakuja ikajaa. Then walihitaji tena kutoa maji. When you start your foundation and maji imejaa in your life, kwanza toa hiyo maji. Na usitoe ukinigunika, na usitoe ukiwa na atina stress na wasiwasi. Toa ukiwa unajua kwamba it is part of growth. It is part of the rising of your building. Because after kutoa maji, utakuja uweke koroga. Ukishaweka koroga, alafu nakuja baadaye after some few days imecrack. Do you stop there? If there are cracks in your lives, try to mend them. Most of the things that we look at in our lives and that affects our self-esteem so much, especially me as a lady or you as a lady, is our physical appearance. Every other time utatupata tumekimbia tuko kwa kioo, unaangalia nywele zangu zimekaaje. Hata mimi nilikuwa nimeenda kwa kioo, nikaangalia nywele zangu zimejipanga, nikaangalia. Like I have a friend of mine, all the time when she wants to make some content, lazima atapata tuka kitu tuka meapia, anasema aki sasa ona venye nywele zangu zilika, this one I'm doing it again. Amerudia content yake like 5 times. Hata nilimwambia it's the high time you stop looking at your appearance. Look at what you're producing, because what you're giving us is so nice. Sasa umetuwekea muda mrefu. Every other time umeenda umepewa shoot. When you come to look at it you say, ona venye aki hapa, ona venye sweta yangu ilikaa. Ona venye hata sasa ona hakuniambia sijaangalia kamera vizuri. You know, these things are very tiny. They are very, very small. They are very, in fact, we might not even realize when you have arranged the braids vizuri. We might not even realize when sweater imekaa vizuri. Just bring it on. We want to see what you're giving us. We want to hear you. Raise up your self-esteem by not concentrating so much on your appearance. But all the same, usitulete ukikaa shagarabagara. The other thing is the achievements. We focus so much on the achievements that we are getting. It is not wrong to focus on the achievements. But when you have achieved, do not just dwell there. Just like we said, self-esteem is not about telling people what you are able to do all the time. Let them see. Let people see your achievements even without your shout-outs. Don't shout out yourself. Do not keep reminding us about how you have achieved, how you've become successful, how things have gone so well for you. I mean, self-esteem yako haiwezi kuwa built by always shouting about your successes. But most of the time we focus on that. And most of the time you find that successes and the achievements haziendi hand in hand. Unapata most of the time una-achieve moja and then you fail in 3. Una-achieve ingine, some other 4 goes down. So at the end of the day, so you feel your self-esteem inaweza enda chini kwa sababu ya failing to achieve or counting the things that you have not achieved. And therefore, Achievements are important. They make us feel energized to move on, but do not just dwell there. Also, people focus on their behaviors. You might have developed a certain behavior, it might not be a good behavior, and then it carries you. For example, you might be a drunkard. Then you feel like the community does not accept you, the family does not accept you, you feel like in your place of work you're not accepted, you feel like in your everywhere you're not accepted, because watu wakikutana na wewe, they always think that you are drunk. Sometimes uko na point poa unataka kutoa, then people are like ataitoa na zile ulevi zake. So unakuwa tu demoralized, hata utaki kuongea mbele ya watu. And then some behaviors zinaleta addictions. So unless you are drunk, huwezi ongea mbele ya watu. So every other time you come to speak before people, they will see drunkenness. They will not see the point that you want to drive home. Therefore, some of these behaviors, if we focus on them, we are able to learn that they are affecting our self-esteem. You can change your behavior. And that way, you can always realize that life is still beautiful. It is only you who can raise your self-esteem. And it is still you who can destroy your self-esteem. Accept yourself, love yourself, know that you are good. Hata kama hujasoma, uko sawa, there is something you can do. Hata kama hauna job, uko sawa, there is something you can do. Maybe you have not succeeded in your career, it's okay, there is something you can do. There is always something you can do with your life. I want to call upon you to subscribe, view or watch, and then get encouraged. Share with your friends. Tell them about it so that they can also start enjoying life. Because you don't have to wait until you become so and so. You are better the way you are. You can be best by enjoying life and knowing that life is still good no matter what. Until next time, it's me, your girl again, Millie, and bye-bye.